Hello friends, it's Lindsay from the blog Books for Christian Girls, and it's been a minute, hasn't it? And I'm going to give a live update in this video, and then also, I hope y'all cannot hear my dog whining in the other room. You might be able to. So I'm going to do a little live update in this video. It's just like basically an update. A small, short, we'll keep it to the point. And then a reading update, because that's what y'all really care about. I know. So first off, if you missed my last video where it was actually a pre-filmed one and it was delayed in posting, that was because we moved. First official video in the new room. I really want to kind of block this area. I wanted this to be a surprise, but here I am, backlogged in videos and filming a new video. So spoilers for all the videos, because I think I have 6 videos actually backlogged that I need to edit. I have the old room tour, an updated room tour of my old room, which I am not at the mental emotional capacity to edit that yet. That was my childhood room, so still kind of fresh. I have 2 versions of that video. Then I have a day in the life of the booktuber video that's kind of just a filming edition. And then I've got the packing, moving, unpacking vlogs and setting up this room. And now this video. And that's how the order was supposed to go in, but it's not. This video is coming first, just to give y'all a little update that, hey, videos are coming. I just don't have the mental motivation to edit them, I guess would be the best way to put it. Different things have been going on. So not only are we unpacking. I'm so used to saying we're packing when people ask, but no, now we're unpacking. We're about a month and a half into this house. It's nice. It's just still, it feels really weird in my eyes because I only lived at the other house for my entire life that I remember. So it was weird, but we're getting there. My room is basically completely all set up now. Oh no, wait, did I finish counting? I think there's one other video and it has to do with this corner. Don't look too close. And yeah, so we're just getting things set up. My room is basically done. I have a couple more things I need to hang up, but yeah, that's done. The other rooms are coming along. Ta-da, we're getting there. It's a slow process, honestly. I feel like every night we go to bed exhausted, at least for that first month. Now it's not, it's more emotional exhaustion, but like physical exhaustion, I just asked my mom, I'm like, when is there going to be a day when we don't go to bed just exhausted because of all the things we've done that prior day? Like, moving was a headache. Unpacking was less of a headache because I was in charge of organizing it all. And it went well. It went pretty well in that regard. But just the whole moving process was insane. But I talk more about that in the moving vlogs that will be coming. I did get asked. It was funny when I did a little prayer request story for the whole thing. I wasn't going to share. And then we needed prayers for the whole journey of it all. And I got requests if I was doing vlogs on this all. And I thought that was really interesting because I don't typically do vlogs on this channel. I love filming them. I just don't like editing them. So therefore that kind of like cancels out the other, and I don't typically do them. So I'm currently in that battling to edit them stage. But I do want to get them just to share how this room came together, because I do really like how it's worked out. I don't have as much storage as I did in my old room, but my old room I had everything literally custom to the inch of it. Not like it was custom made stuff, one piece was, but like I just measured everything to fit that room perfectly. So I had to change the mindset and everything. So that's all coming in a later video. Not sure when those will be coming. My little slogan of every other Thursday is horribly out of date right now, but I hope to. Life's a little crazy still. There's different things going on, not just with the unpacking, moving saga, but also just getting settled. And then my grandmother recently went to heaven, and obviously I miss her a ton. I miss her so much, and my heart just hurts. I'm not gonna cry. It just hurts a lot, but I also have such joy that I know where she is, and I know who she's with, and that gives me immense relief. So, gosh, I'm not gonna cry. Put on mascara and it's not waterproof. I'm not gonna cry. So yeah, life can be a little unexpected, and therefore things that are routined and scheduled, like me editing videos, I always have a specific day that I edit videos on, and when life disrupts it, that changes it. So yeah, just trying to get back into a schedule, and then different things happen. So I'm trying. I've been pretty quiet on all social media just because, just trying to do better. I have actually set time limits on my phone for every app except YouTube, because YouTube's my one app I just allow myself to watch, because my watch later list is insane. But like for Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, all of it, I all have time limits, and it's been really nice. Like I used to have like a good average of 7-8 hours a day on my phone, and I'm down to under 4 now, which makes me feel really productive and good because I'm doing things I need to. Now that YouTube can sometimes change that, because I'm a YouTuber, therefore I watch YouTube videos. So yeah. So yep, that's my little life update. Videos are coming. I have at least 6. I lost count. At least 6 not scheduled, but I have 6 planned and need to be edited, but yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet and all that. This one I am going to be able to update, just edit quickly. So that will be good. This is an easy video. These sitting, talking videos, piece of cake. The room tour videos, the little booktuber in the day of life, the vlogs, those are all way more, in my eyes, advanced planning than like a sit-down video where I just show covers of books, or a tag question where I just put like the questions. Those are way easier to edit, so they don't take much mental capability, I guess you could say, but while with all the other ones, they take more, and I just haven't had time to sit down and focus on them. But they will be coming. So, now on to the video part that took way too long to talk about, that little life update. Sorry about that, y'all. So, now, the little reading update. I have actually been pretty active on Goodreads the past couple of weeks. Full disclaimer, it is, what day is it? Tuesday, September 8th. So, woo, there's our disclaimer. First video in the new room, sit-down video. I'm sitting on the floor, so I'm not sure. I'll probably go back to the normal setup, but like I have 2 windows instead of 1, so I have to totally refigure out how I'm gonna film normal videos now. But enjoy this little sneak peek of my room. I'm very proud of this section. Don't look though. I wrote a long tutorial. Like I could pull up that email of how long that email is that I sent to myself, because that's what I do. I send emails to my own self. And how I all did all that. So pay no attention to the book pages on the wall. So recently I have been reading a little bit more. A lot of my library books came in, and library books that is, and I was going to bring the iPad in here. I guess I don't need to. I'll put covers on the side. Hi, Lindsay from later in this video. I'm throwing this in here early because I forgot to mention that none of the books I mention in this video of my little reading wrap-up that I've read, this is not all of them. These are just key ones I kind of want to highlight, and unfortunately none of them are 5 stars. I still don't think I've read a 5-star this year unless it was a reread. So, oh well. The one thing though I do want to point out is I'm just going to kind of be giving key points about them. And unfortunately, none of them I really loved. There are ones I liked, so those are the ones I'll be talking about. But yeah, nothing I truly loved, unfortunately. So sorry about that. I'm sorry about that too. So, let's see. The first 2 books that I bought that a while back that I really enjoyed, I can actually grab them. Should I grab them? I own them. Let's just go with that. So we have The Last Drop by Erin Mangum. I gave this book 4 stars. It's the last technical book, I believe, in the Maya Davis series. I love this series. Of course I cried in this one. I cried in the last one too. I don't like crying, but there's just some parts in books that I'm just like, yeah. So I loved this one. It was so nice and refreshing in the sense of, wait, let me sit comfortably. Okay. I don't know if y'all have ever noticed this in books with the end of the series, that it kind of feels like the characters' lives just kind of end at the end of the book. Like there's no hint to more. I mean, in romance books, there typically is like, you know, the getting married, the having kids, you know, the whole life that can be hinted about. But it's not so open book. And one thing I really loved about The Last Drop was it was very much an open book thing, that we saw these characters during these parts of their lives and their life is going to continue. I don't know if that really makes sense. I think some of y'all will understand what I'm getting at, but I just really loved that part and found it very refreshing. And I really liked Presley, the main girl. She was really neat. She was different from the other Aaron Mangum characters, but I just really liked her too. I like all of them. Cannot wait for her next book, so. Okay, then next, I will pull this one out because I have a question for y'all. Okay. The Piper's Pursuit by Melanie Dickerson. What color would y'all classify this spine? Like, we've got the purple dress, then like a purpley black, and then green. I'm lost. I don't know how to do it. I'm almost tempted to take the cover off and just put it in there, but I haven't done that with any of my other hardback books. So let me know your thoughts on that, please. So that is book 10 in the Hagenheim series. That's a pretty common... My finger just got stuck. That's a pretty common series in our Christian booktubing world. Most of us, I think, talk about at least one of the books. And that is book 10. I have book 11, the last book in the series. Have not read it yet. I've heard mixed things on it, so I'm like, I do hope to read it soon, though. Okay, so with The Piper's Pursuit, I gave it 3 stars. And I wrote a very long, like, final thoughts on this, so you can check it out. I'll link that down below. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed other books of the series, or just other books by this author. There was a little bit more of like a darker element of it because there is a plague, quote unquote, or a mysterious beast that is rumored to be killing children. And you know, that doesn't sound like a very happy topic now, does it? And of course it's all proven about what it really is and what's really happening. But like just that back cover synopsis, I don't want to say I was hesitant because I wanted to read it to see what it really was like. But it felt like a very dramatic back cover in the sense of a little outside of my comfort zone. Like if I didn't know this was a Melanie Dickerson book, I probably wouldn't have read it. Yeah, I wrote so many thoughts on this. I'm looking back at my review to like try to summarize it, and I can't really summarize it because I have a lot of thoughts on this. And I did one like winning quality of this book was that we got to see the main guy, Stefan. In the prior book, The Warrior's Maiden, he was kind of a twerp. So it was really nice to see his redemption in this book, but the redemption kind of happened in between the 2 books, so we don't see it fully. We see like the tail end of it and him getting better. So I wish we could have seen that development, but we saw a little bit of it, so I guess that's okay. Oh, there was one little thing I wasn't the biggest fan. There was one thing I wasn't a fan of, but they both thought about kissing or being kissed a lot, and I was just like, not really the time and place, y'all, to be doing this. So yes, while that wasn't my favorite Melanie Dickerson book by far, I will looking forward to the next one and see. I'm really curious about her next series though. Very curious about how that one will start off. That's coming out January 2021. And yeah, I'm not sure where to put that book on my shelf though, y'all. Let me know. Okay, the next book I read, a sweet lady at my church actually let me borrow it. And that was Unyielding Hope by Jeanette Oat and Laurel Oak Logan. This is the companion book of the first series. Wait, how do I word this? It's a companion book to the When Hope Calls series on TV that Hallmark produces. That's a spin-off of the When Calls the Heart series, or Return to Canadian West series. It's book 1 in that new series. There you go. That was not grammatically correct, but you get the point. If you've already seen the series, or at least a couple episodes of the series like I have, then you probably already know that it's 2 sisters, and because of their parents dying, they were both sent to orphanages. Well, the older one was adopted and the younger one was not. And then they finally reconnect here when they're older. And that's basically how the start of the book happens, though, is we're just thrown into not even the search, just so much as the older sister, Lillian, being told her sister Grace is possibly alive because she thought she wasn't. And I don't know, if I hadn't known the series, the TV series, I think I would have been a little like, wait, so much happening, what's going on? That kind of style. But because I did watch a few, I knew the premise of it. The one thing, like, of course I enjoyed the faith content in this one. I do have to say, though, I was a little disappointed with how Lillian and Grace reacted to each other on the whole fellow or relationship aspects. Was they both kind of got like, who is this, when they brought a guy around. And it wasn't necessarily that the sister was interested in the guy. It was just why didn't you tell me about him? And I wish they had talked more. They really just kind of got thrown together and then thrown into living in that house together with all the kids. And while I loved reading the kids, I didn't love reading the kids' stories, but that was like the better part of the story to me, was learning about the kids' backstories. I was very disappointed that they didn't talk as much or trust each other, because in my thoughts, if I just found my sister, there would be a lot to talk about. Obviously, like, how do you cover 20 plus years in just an afternoon? You can't, obviously. So I feel like you should make time to talk. But they really didn't have the time to talk, which was kind of disappointing in that regard. And so when things popped up, or people popped up, guys popped up, they were both very, I don't want to say jealous, but it was a slight twinge of that, and also uncertainty of, oh, if they fall for this guy, then what's going to happen to me, kind of thing. And I wish they would have trusted each other, that if that was a special guy, they would have told the other sister about him. Like, oh, by the way, that kind of thing. I don't know. My little minor critique. But it was good. I enjoyed it overall. I probably will read the rest of the series as they come out. I'm not quite sure about that. But probably. I can always trust Jeanette Oak to have very clean, contented books that I've read, at least. I have not read all of them, but the ones I've read have always been very clean and quite a bit of Christian faith, so that was exciting and nice to see. It was refreshing in that regard. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the characters' attitudes. Alright, so next I've read the first book in the True Colors series, which is The White City by Grace Hitchcock. And this is my first time reading a book by this author. This is the first book I've read in the series, which is basically American historical crimes, and I thought that's interesting. I've heard a couple of them go a little heavier, so I don't know if I'll read those after we find out which ones those were, but I tried it out with this one, and this basically was a fictionalized account of the first serial killer, I guess you could say, here in America. This was set during the Chicago World Fair in 1893, and I thought it was overall pretty decent of a story. I gave it 3 stars, and I really liked both Winnie and Jude, and I feel like that's a rarity nowadays for me to like both of the main couple, because most of the time I either don't necessarily care for either, or I like one more than the other, that kind of thing. So I have 2 positives about this book. And, I mean, I gave it 3 stars, so it wasn't one I absolutely adored. I didn't really like it, but I liked it. That's what 3 stars means in my eyes. So, 2 positives. Number 1, it wasn't gory. And I mean that in the sense of, like, this is a book about a serial killer. They already really know who the serial killer is. They're just trying to track down evidence. So, it's not a suspense book in the sense of, we're hunting to get the killer before he gets me. Well, they kind of had that, but not like the da-da-da-da-da running kind of suspense books, you know those? It was more of, we know who it is, we're risking our life here, but we need to get evidence. That kind of suspense mystery, which I liked, but that also leaves it open as well for gore or just unnecessary details. And while I'd say it went up to probably semi-detailed, of the content, nothing felt over the top to me, and I appreciated that. So that was my number 1 positive. And my second positive, have I ranted about this before in any suspense video book topic? Have I? Probably. About how the characters, when they are, facing death, they don't pray. They just think about the other half of the couple and just like, oh, I'll miss them. Da, 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 da. I hope they understand. Da, 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 da. Woe is me. Yeah, no, I'm not okay with that. That very much infuriates me in suspense books, along with another thing that unfortunately this book had. I'll come back to that maybe if I remember. And in this book's case, though, they actually prayed when they were in danger. They actually prayed. Like, I'm just like, wow. Daisy's adding her help. There's nothing out there. But yes, I just really, really found that so refreshing, how they actually prayed when they were in danger. That was so nice, y'all. That was so nice. Like, I don't see that, very rarely do I see that in suspense books in the Christian suspense field. So that was very nice. I was very happy that they actually prayed when they were in danger. Yes, they did think of the other person. Hi, Daisy. Hi. You want to come join me? Hang on. You want to join me? Come on. Say hello. Hello. Say hello. Hello. Are you going to join me? Ah, the flowers. You're interrupting my train of thought, cutie. You want out? Hang on. Hang on, you're going to get stuck. Alright, go. Cute puppy break. Gotta have one of those. Okay, so where was I with this? I knew she'd interrupt my train of thought. I think I covered it enough in just the sense of, yes, they thought about the other person when they were in danger, but they also prayed, and I just found that very refreshing that they prayed when they were in danger, because I don't see that. They did do the whole, I'm gonna kiss you so the villain or whoever is walking by doesn't see us, which I don't appreciate. I don't like that. So, pros and cons. I rated it 3 stars. It's an interesting premise to a series, though. I definitely want to look at other ones, but this was the only one my library had in physical ebook, not an audiobook form. Alright, next, I have my nice little note list here. I'm just hitting some of them. I'm only talking about 5. So the last one that I have is Grand Encounters by Jen Turano. This is a novella. And okay, I want to talk real quick about Jen Turano's books. I see reviews about that her books are, like, I guess unrealistic in the sense of what the trouble the girls get themselves into. But I find it to be typically humorous trouble, so I'm willing to overlook that, and I think it's fun, and I expect that from Jen Turano books. And I enjoy it. Like, I know I'm in for a funny read with any Jen Turano historical book. So, I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 stars. Out of all these, the Aramagam and this one, these were my top 2 of the 5 I'm talking about today. I did read other ones, but this isn't a full wrap-up. I guess I could do a full wrap-up if y'all would prefer that. Let me know. Do you prefer, like, just highlighting certain books or full wrap-ups? Because I've read probably about 12 books since I last saw you, but I just was going to talk about some of them. So, yes, the Grand Encounters, it was really cute. I liked it. It was cute. Yep. Okay. I won't be doing a full review on my blog on that one, though, because it is a novella, therefore it does not meet the page requirement length. So, just trust me, it was really cute. I did a little mini review on Goodreads. Okay, so for currently reading, I am trying out a new suspense author. Wish me luck. Seconds to Live by Susan Sleeman. I am not far in this, so I have no idea about the content, y'all. That is, I'm probably like chapter 3 into it. I just started it the other day, and I haven't had time to read it much. What drew me in is, number one, it's a new suspense author in my eyes. Like, I haven't read this suspense author, and I feel like I've read nearly every suspense author in Christian fiction. So I'm trying this book out. I want to see. And also, number 2, I love this cover. I love the almost silhouette style. Like, it's not quite a silhouette. It's like a 3D silhouette because you can still see the shine on her shoes, and her hair, you can see like a little bit of the coloring because of the light. She's slightly angled, and okay, the photographer in me is coming out, but I love this cover. I love this cover. It's great. It has a 3D silhouette because of her angle, and it's beautiful, y'all. It's beautiful. So yes, the cover is lovely. Is the book inside lovely? I am waiting to see. I'm not quite sure about it. There is one, I guess you could say, strike or negative in my eyes thus far, and it sounds like it's an old flame book where like the main girl and the main guy knew each other prior to the book, and I'm just not typically a fan of those. But I'm trying to go in with an open mind and see. that, hey, maybe this book will do it well. So wish me luck. If you've read it, let me know. So the next up, I have 5 books. Yeah, I have 5 books that are on my TBR, I guess you could say. This is my first time ever like talking about like a TBR that's not physical. So all these are ebooks. The first one is from the publisher that sent me, so thank you. And then the next 4 from the e-library thing. The Libby Appial is great. And let's begin. Disclaimer. I have not read any of these books, obviously, so I don't know about the content. If you know of something that you're like, Lindsay, you ain't gonna like this part, feel free to let me know. I really appreciate that. So here we go. The first book is The Librarian of Boone's Hollow by Kimball Sawyer. I talked about this one, I think, in my last video, actually, which was the anticipated books for the last half of 2020. This year's almost over, y'all. And I'm very fascinated about it. It is a historical story inspired by the librarians that would go to rural areas on horseback. And I just think that's fascinating. I don't really know much about that time period, and it just sounds interesting, so I'm looking forward to trying it. Next, I have 2 Amy Clipson books, and that is The Bake Shop and The Farm Stand? Farmer's Stand. Farm Stand? I think it's The Farm Stand. I have book 1 and book 2 in this new series that I have not read yet, so I'm very curious about it. I love these covers. I think they're so pretty, and I'm going to try it out. The next book I had requested from the library and is currently waiting on me to read it is The Perfect Silhouette by Judith Miller. I have read a couple of her books before, and they've kind of been like Tracy Peterson books for me in the sense of the plots might sound interesting, but I have a really hard time getting into the book. And I wanted to try out one of her new books, see what I think. And I've read the back of this cover multiple times, and I cannot tell you anything about it because it's been a while since I've added it. But the cover's pretty, so I'm judging things by covers. I'm being awful, aren't I? Sorry about that. I'm trying to do better, but at the same time, I know books by their covers. Like, I can just scroll through my library's ebook thing and like, yep, I can just, and I've recognized all the covers because I've either read them or I don't plan to read them or that kind of thing. So when I see a new cover, that catches my eye and I'm like, oh, tell me more, and then yes or no. So I'm going to be trying that one out and see what I think. The next book I think just looks really fun is actually a collection of, I think it's 6 novellas, and it is The Coffee Club Mysteries by various authors. I, of course, am interested in this book because Janice Thompson has a novella in it, and I want to see. You know me and my love for Janice Thompson books. So, yeah, I recognize a few of the authors' names on here, but not a lot, so I thought maybe this would be also a good opportunity to see about different authors that I haven't read before. And I believe it's contemporary. It's my last book I requested from the library, and therefore the last book I am going to be talking about today. So, ta-da! There are my books. Let me know if you've read any of those. I really would be very curious. Is there any of the books that I mentioned earlier that I had read that you've been interested in? I'd love to know that as well. And I guess that's it for this video. So there we go, y'all. I'd love to know if you are interested in any of these. If you've read any of them, let me know down below. Let me know if you've read any good books in this last like month and a half. Has any books caught your eye and you're just like, Lindsay, you need to check this book out? Please let me know, y'all, because I feel like I'm just not striking out left and right, but I'm not finding many books that interest me, so I keep taking chances and I'm not really enjoying the book. So I would love to know if y'all have any recommendations for me. Even if you didn't read them in these last couple of months, let me know if there's any book you'd like to recommend, because I'm interested in checking them out. So there we go. I think that's my last little thing for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all later. Probably next video will be the old room tour, hopefully, if I can get back on schedule. If that's the next video, then y'all can know, wow, she's on schedule, and you can look forward to all the other videos I mentioned earlier. And I will see y'all next time, whenever that is. I'll try to be better on social media. But yeah, that's it. I'm Lindsay from the blog Books for Christian Girls, where in 2020 there's a new review every Monday and Friday, in case you didn't know. Mondays are set reviews of certain series. Fridays are different books of all kinds of standalones or series, so check it out. I'm not on Instagram every other day. I'm trying to do better, and I definitely haven't been posting a video every other Thursday, but we'll see, y'all. Maybe I can get back to saying my proper slogan. And I will see y'all next time. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your sweet messages and comments and support. I so appreciate them. And I look forward to chatting with y'all about these books in the comments below. So bye!